Good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't know how to put this to y'all, but you all know we got moms and dads, and when you get the news that your mother's, is no longer going to be here, you're trying your best to put stuff in order. You're uh, trying to understand, like, even though we know what caused it, but we're still sitting there questioning, like, but why? I mean, like, could there be another scenario? Could there be another way? It's kind of like Jesus was um in the Garden of the Gethsemane, and he was asking God to take the cup away from him. He did not want to go through the death. So here it is. I'm sitting there saying to myself, Lord, I'm not ready to bury my mother. I'm not, and I have no way to try to prepare myself. It's so weird. Um, Even though I know my mom had her congestive heart failure stuff and been, fighting that for a long, long time. And like I said, I would never want to be selfish. I would never want to just make her suffer or make her keep going through her heart stuff and other things she got going on. I would never want to do that. Never. But it's so hard to say goodbye to your mama. You feel me? And who knows, mom, what she dealing with, she could be saying, it's so hard to say bye-bye to my kids. Because she's a mother first, you know what I mean? Moms are emotional. Mom love their children. Moms don't want to let their kids go. They don't. That's just who they are by a woman's nature. A mother don't want to let her babies go. She just don't want to do that. So I don't know. Maybe my mom is sitting there fighting, saying, no, I don't want to leave y'all. Um, I love y'all too much. I would never forsake y'all. I would never leave y'all. I'm going to fight till the end. And believe me, my mom is fighting. And Monday, about what I said about 2 weeks ago, my mom was constantly talking to God all day, forgiveness. I mean, everything you could think of, she was saying to the Lord, because my mom knows she's sick. She knows she's dying. She knows she's gonna leave here one day, but not sure when. But Monday, she made so much confirmation talking to God. I thought she was leaving Monday. But by the grace of God, it's 2 weeks later, she's still here. And so I tell you, again, I have no way to prepare for this. As much as I walk with Jesus, as much as I know the scriptures, as much as I know what the words say, I get it. But I'm still human. And it's just so hard, man. It is the hardest thing to think about. It hits different than my dad. I mean, when my dad died, it just took a lot out of me, made me, you know, I don't want to say I don't care anymore, but it made me care less. It did. Because all I see is, damn, man, you dying, you ain't coming back, I ain't gonna see you no more. And I gotta build up this stimulated thing that I do now every day of my life. I'm like, well, dad just went around the corner. He'll be right back. But I know in the back of my head he's never coming back. But that's a way to keep me going, so I know that, because I would see him, he would, instead of driving a car, he'd just get out and go walk somewhere. And then I see him coming around the corner, and then chop it up with him. And that happened a lot of times, through some of my, a lot of my memories, from what I remember. So that's the thing I built up about my dad. But what am I build up about my mom when she leave here? I don't know. And that's going to be tough for me because my mom, represent a lot of things. A lot of things when I think about her. There's so many things she's represent, and you just can't put it all in one nutshell. And it bothers me because I can't prepare for this. I just can't. It just hurts because you can't keep your mom. And sometimes we get to being so selfish because we just want her to live and just be here and be here forever. You know what I mean? And you just can't. Like people tell you, oh, you got to be so strong. You got to be like strong for your sisters. You got to be strong for your mama, your nieces, and your nephew. Hell, I get it. But how strong can you be? I don't wish death on nobody. I don't. But, you know, I know we all got to go through it. You know, it's part of life. You know, I hear that all the time. But I think it sucks in a way because you just can't keep them around. So I be thinking about gospel songs. I be thinking about biblical scriptures. And at my father's house are many mansions. And if that were not so, I would not have told you. And I got to go prepare a place for you. All this stuff, you know, all these biblical lines is running through my head. Even my mama know these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't want to be selfish. But it's just, it's so hard, man. It is so hard. And I just can't, I don't know. It's just so weird, man. It is so weird, you know, seeing my mom going through what she's going through. She's breathing, she's talking a little bit and making her think, you know, she's getting better when she really could be leaving. We don't know. Because you know how they say, sometimes when people are dying, it's like they won't eat. You know, no food won't stay down, no water won't stay down, everything keep coming up. And then you're looking at it like, yep, they dying because they ain't eating, ain't nothing staying down. Obviously, they don't want to be here no more. They ready to go be with the Lord, right? That'd be one scenario. Then scenario two is they eat, and it just looked to us like, man, mom getting better. She really trying to be here. And later on that day, or the next day, or the day after that, she passed away. She dies. So from the outside looking in, I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm like, well, if she started moving in that bed and try to get up out that bed and walk around, then that would tell me you're going to be here maybe another year or 2 or 6 years or 10 years, maybe. Or maybe 6 months, I don't know. Or 3 weeks, I don't know. So all of that plays a weird scenario to me, but I know those are like one of the 3 ways people dies. Because I've seen it before. But then you got doctors that'll tell you, oh, we've done all we could do. Your mom got maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 10 days, 6 months. But we've done all we could do. And some odd reason, mom lived 10 more years. So to me, that lets me know these doctors are not God. They just going off of their, you know, their stuff they was taught and sitting around watching people die that have died within the same medical reasons. In other words, if this person had congestive heart failure, this person had cancer, and they take a group of people, even a group of people of a certain color, put them together, add all that up, see how long they live, do the math, see how long these group of people live, do the math. Then they get an overall number of how long they think they're going to be here based off of what they saw from different people. And it don't always mean it's correct. But that's what they do. So, real talk, I don't know what to believe. Honestly, I don't. Do I have faith? Yes, I do. Do I believe in God? Yes, I do. Do I believe God can make a way out of no way? Yes, I do, because I can't. All I can do is pray about it and hope for the best. That's what make God God. That's what make us get so weak. And then when a miracle do happen, we appreciate the Lord for that because we know it wasn't us. We do believe it's our prayers that help. But at the end of the day, it's still God. And the Son of God, Jesus Christ, who died for us. So, once again, I really don't know. I'm just taking all this as I go because I got to keep my head up. But I needed to talk about this because it's bothering me and it's eating me up on the inside, you know. Um, uh, it's just, you know, like I said, it's just so weird. I mean, because it's my mom. It's not like it's anybody else's mother. Because, you know, people who have lost their mom, they lost their mom. And you know, when people post on Facebook or any of these social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, people say, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, man. I'm lost for words. I'm just so sorry. I remember your mom. Your mom was so nice, you know." And then other ordinary people would just get on there and say, they put the emoji hands on there, sending prayers up, all this stuff. You know how they do. And I look at it like, okay, cool. And then you got some people that care, and you got some people that really don't fucking care. You know, I mean, it is what it is. But it's not your mother. And I get that. You know, everybody don't know your mom, so they can't really feel how they need to feel, you know. But I get it. Everybody's mom is basically love, you know, because people know these mothers that were here. People spent time with these mothers, and they had time to break bread and go places and do things and have a good time and have family gatherings and, you know, give good information to people. They could take all this good stuff with them and help them along the way with their relationships and all these things mothers do. But all mothers aren't the same. That's the thing. All moms are not the same. But my mom was one of a kind. She was, she loved everybody. I got to give her that because she did. She laid her life down for people, and she did so much for people that had kids. My mom watched everybody, kids. You know, she was truly a caregiver, somebody who cared about other people. It's just crazy, man, that they got to be like this. I tell you, it's crazy. Oh, man. Oh, boy. I swear. Like 3 weeks ago, a month ago, everything was just going good. I don't know. It's just so weird, man. It's so weird. Oh, God. 10 years, man. 10 years my dad been gone. Here it is, my mama dying. And it's happening within the same week when my dad passed 10 years ago. I mean, sometimes people be married for 40-something years. And I guess they dissect it a certain way, right? They can't be without their loved one or their better half. But they fight as long as they can to be here with their kids and their grandkids and family members that they love. Knowing, on the other hand, they probably miss their husband, their wife, or their mother, or their grandmother, or their uncle, or their grandfather. I mean, who knows? Like, that's the thing. We don't know what our parent is thinking about. You can ask them, and they might not tell you. We get so caught up in all this stuff because we're human. Why? Because we want the answer to it. We want to be able to feel like, Lord, we're going to be okay. I just need to know what it is. You know, I talked to my mom. She told me a bunch of stuff that was just based on being in the hospital, and technically, I know that's part of it, but I don't really think that's the real nitty gritty truth. I think really my mom is really preparing to go be with the Lord. I'm really believing that because uh, even though I said I don't know, but I deep down inside, I feel like she's really making, because she's already said what she said on Monday, you know. So I truly believe she's leaving, but we just don't know when. We just don't know when she's going to pull up out of here. We don't know when she's going to take her last breath. We don't know. You know, doctors say what they say. You know, we hear the doctor's report, but now we got to trust in God's report, you know. And my dad people, you know, show my mom so much love and support. Uh, all my cousins, uh, I can't thank them enough. Cousin Kim, my cousin Big Chris, Vicky. Oh Lord. And they knew how tight they was with my mom, because they all were prayer warriors. They all were church going. They all were women of God. All them is. They like little baby ministers. You know what I'm saying? They all know the Bible. I come from a family of ministers. I do. Both sides of the family. So as far as where my mama going, yeah, she going to heaven. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. I ain't worried about that. It's the fact that she done so much good in her 74 years. I pray that I can do what my mother did or more. I mean, hell, she taught me everything that I know. You know, sometimes we get so caught up, we don't tell everything in our heart, right? We don't tell our moms everything in our heart. But we know everything our mother did. And that's what makes us proud to have a mother like that. Somebody that gave you everything. Somebody that taught you everything that you know. You just can't appreciate them enough. You know what I mean? You just so happy. And you got so much joy in your heart because of all the good they did. Everything they instilled within you. It made you be the best person or the sweetest person or the nicest person or the, you know, whatever you want to call it. All that came from my mom, my dad, my grandparents, all these wonderful people that was in my life had put some of everything in me to make me who I am today. And all these people have passed on, you know. So when you look at it, you be like, man, damn, granddad gone, grandmama gone, uncle gone, auntie's gone, dad gone, mom gone, cousins gone. So many people that was the glue in our life are gone. Now that make us the glue. And some days we feel like, you know what? I want to go and be with them. Because all the people that were very important to me are dead and gone. All the people that meant something to me are dead and gone. And then you be thinking, why the hell I want to be here? Why I want to be stuck in this shitty ass world where people don't give a damn. People don't care about people. Everybody's all about themselves, thinking about themselves. Why do I want to be here? Right? And you get upset, but you don't want to sin. You get upset because you see all this stuff, and yet alone you don't want to sin. But it bothers you because you see it for what it is. You like, Lord, it don't have to be like this. Why is it like this? Why is people doing this? Why do people act so ugly? You know, why do people do the things they do? And you just be sitting there shaking your head like, Lord, come on, it got to be a better way. But it just shows you everybody don't have your heart. Everybody don't have your compassion. Everybody don't think the way you think. Everybody is not going to be giving like you're giving. Everybody is not going to show love like you show love. You know what I mean? So that's why I have all these tears, because I see how good life is when you got the right people in your life, the right people that teach you right from wrong, you know, and you choose good over bad. And you choose life than death. You know, for as long as God will let you be here. You choose life. And you choose to do what's right. So, me overall, I'm grateful for the mother that I had. I truly am. I had a good mama. I did. But being able to prepare for this, I just can't. I mean, I can continue to walk with God. I can continue to pray to God and continue to, try to stay led by the Spirit. And, knock on wood that, no type of bad stuff ever, be in my mind after she leaves from here. But I know one day she's leaving, and it's just like, man. And even though I don't want to keep repeating the same old thing, or it may sound like I'm repeating the same old thing, I just want you guys to understand, if you have a mother, if you guys are not on the best terms, make it right with your mom. Okay? I don't care what's going on. Make it right with your mama. Let your mama know you love her. Let her know. There's people out here who get mad about certain things, and it's not really that serious. To where you should be forgiven. You should be at this thing where you got this peace with you and your mom. But then again, everybody don't have that. So I'm just saying to those of you that are not on the best terms with your mother, your father, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, your cousins, in-laws, even associates, people you don't really care for too much. If you can, make it right with those people. Forgive those people. And God will forgive you, for real. And if you can show love, please do that. I'm telling you, it's rough out here, man. Everybody needs somebody, But I'm just looking at life, when you have lost your dad and then you lose your mom. A lot of time families split up. But, in our family, it ain't going to be like that, because we've already had our conversation. We're not going to do that. We're going to remain family, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it should be. But you have heard of people, when moms and dads start leaving, and grandparents and start leaving, or certain aunts or uncles that was real tight with your intermediate family, they leave, stuff starts shifting away. People have this less care in their heart. They have this less love in their heart for one another. And I feel like if you truly a family, it should never lead to that point. Family should remain family. They should. And I pray, that those of you that are going through that you guys can find common ground. You guys can find that peace, that love, and be about family and stick together. It's just been too many families that's been broken up and led astray to where they never come back. And it's this big old question mark, like, why did it have to be like this? It didn't have to be like this, So, you guys, Facebook family, YouTube family, whatever, you guys keep me in your prayers, please. I'm going through some things, just trying to, put two and two together. Like they say, 1+1 is 2. But you would think 1+1 is 1, because you see the 1 and the 1, right? Oh, well. But yeah, 1+1 is 2. But yeah, just pray for me. Keep me in your prayers. My mom is fighting right now. We hoping she pull through. But if she don't, I'm not mad about it. Like I said, I don't want my mom to suffer. I don't. I'd rather her be with the Lord anyway, because we all gotta go back to the Lord. Like the word says, we were once seated in heavenly places. So God himself lended us to the world to be here, to do a job, to do our duty. And when timing is right, he calls us back, take us back home. So that's understanding. We all got to, be back with the Lord one day. That's why I say be absent from the body, but be present with the Lord. So that's another thing, when I say I got to be obedient and let God be God, let God do what he has to do, because only God is going to keep us here as long as he wants us here, and then he's going to take us home when he's ready for us to come home. And I have to be okay with that, So that's why I'm praying to God that God help me to be okay with that. Maybe that's why my mom is still here a little longer, because God wants me to also be okay and not be selfish, And that's what I'm trying to do. So bless you. Thank you. And everybody just continue to pray and do the right thing. God bless.